Going live, but
I'll figure it out.
The Jet Sweep Show. With your co-hosts, it's Harris Time and Josh Smokey L. Nelson. Presented by True North Fantasy Football.
Yeah. Welcome, Jet Sweep Nation. What a crazy week. Thanks for tuning in. It's Harris Time here, and my co-host Josh Smokey Nelson looking as dapper as usual. I was hoping for a tuxedo, but this will do as well. We're not at a regular time because up here in Canada, it's Thanksgiving. All you crazy Americans, we love you, but we have a little bit of a different tradition up here during October. That's when we like to celebrate Thanksgiving. Like to get a jump on y'all. We did that as well with our Independence Day as well, right? So we like to get out in front of y'all and do it up. But we're gonna kick it off with just, hey, what are we thankful for? Josh, I'll flip it over to you, man. What are you thankful for on this Canadian Thanksgiving?
Well, for me, just being around family and everything like that. Not only that, but the food. My God, we had my wife's side of the family over last night. So her sister, our brother-in-law, and our mother-in-law, or her mother, my mother-in-law. But man, we had just this wicked ass glazed ham, all these different roasted potatoes and veggies and root vegetables, sweet potato pie made by yours truly, and nice. Some other dishes. My wife's soy glazed beans. Man, it was unreal. But to just sit around, shoot the shit, and just be comfortable, get to watch some football, and just be present in the moment and eat a lot of good food.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm certainly thankful for a lot of the same thing, a lot of great quality time. And I think that it's even more important now with all this COVID stuff. It seems like it's coming back and in full force. So getting able to spend that extra time with your family before everything goes on total lockdown again, I think is really, really important. And I'm super, super thankful for that. Got to eat some, it's a little... For a small town dude like me, my Thanksgiving is a little bit different now. My in-law side of the family, they're Southeast Asian, so sub in turkey with spring rolls and
yeah,
that's okay by me, man. It's much better.
Hell
anyways.
Yeah!
So it was a spicy affair, but I'm super thankful for that. I'm super thankful for my family and my little daughter that I get to spend a lot of time with. There's one thing too that I'm super thankful for this Canadian Thanksgiving as well. Wow. Did you make that in arts and crafts? Arts and crafts this week, Josh, or what?
This is my little guy, Felix. He brought this home from daycare this week. I wanted to show it off. It's his little turkey. He is very proud of it, and I am very proud of him. Love you, Felix.
Absolutely. He's a cute kid, man. But I want to get back on track. Another thing that I'm thankful for outside of family. There's this little wide receiver, and he's not little.
Oh, little?
This little wide receiver that a lot of people weren't talking about, or they were talking about him being a bust before this week. That's none other than my Pittsburgh Steelers and fellow Canadian.
Yeah!
Chase Claypool.
MAPLETRON,
baby.
Yeah!
Josh, did you see this coming, man? What do you think? What did you think of that 4 touchdown performance?
Should have been 5
against the Eagles. I know that a lot of True Northers and fans of this show that are also Eagles fans and love the MAPLETRON were probably like secretly just so torn up inside that Claypool took it for 4 tutties, and I want to say it. I'm saying it. Nobody else is talking about this. That was 5 touchdowns. That was a bogus pass interference call. I'm super pissed about it. I don't know why anybody else isn't talking about it. That was a ghost call if I've ever seen one. Just because the Eagles defenders can't keep up and can't handle the maple goodness of Chase Claypool, not our problem. That was 5 touchdowns. Book it. And I believe that would be a rookie record for the most touchdowns in a game. I know that it was interesting. So Claypool actually only tied a Steelers record for the most TDs in a game. So there's already 4. Josh, man, what do you think? Is this for real? Like, what should we expect from Chase Claypool the rest of the season? Did you see this coming?
I gotta be honest. We're gonna wind back the tape a little bit here, and oh, that's beautiful. Look at that graphic, MAPLETRON, so fresh, so clean, so precise, like our boy Chase Claypool. But did I see this coming? No, I gotta admit. When it went back to the draft, I was of the camp that thought this guy should have been going in as a tight end. Like, you look at his build, he could have been one of the most ridiculous tight ends, but instead he just chose to be one of the most ridiculous wide receivers. And to put this in historic context and that Canadian little bend on him, because, we are the true North, he put up yesterday the single greatest offensive game from a Canadian-born NFL player ever. How historic? Let's take a step back in time. And we're going to bring back our old-timey voice here for this one. So we're going back 33,957 days to October 23rd, 1927, when the Duluth Eskimos picked up their only win of the NFL season down in Minersville Park against the Pottsville Maroons. Canadian-born wide receiver Joe Rooney caught 3 touchdown passes, by golly, from coach/quarterback Ernie Nevers. That is the last time a Canadian caught 3 touchdown passes in the NFL until yesterday. Big Ben has gone on record saying, Big Ben has gone on record saying Claypool doesn't make a lot of mistakes. If he does make a mistake, he won't make the same one twice. And I think that says a lot about a young guy. And how far does that trust go for his fantasy outlook, Will?
Yeah, I think that it's Big Ben's trust has been a hard one to get over the years. We've seen Ben become extremely frustrated with some pretty skilled wide receivers. Martavis Bryant kind of comes to mind, right? Like, we saw the skill set with Bryant. We actually saw some pretty good fantasy production, but the trust was never there. You saw Big Ben absolutely lose his mind when Bryant would miss a route, drop a pass. You're not seeing that with Claypool. And what's really interesting to watch Claypool is just how humble this kid is. And I don't, it's crazy. I mean, he scored 4 touchdowns and he's just, he's super humble. Like, even the name MAPLETRON that we've kind of thrust on him, he's been very hesitant because, the reason why it seems like a harmless little thing that's related to Transformer. No, he knows that there's a corollary to Megatron, right? Like,
Calvin
he doesn't
Johnson,
want
baby.
it. Absolutely. He knows that he's being comped to that, and he doesn't want to be presumptuous. And that humbleness is really cool. We actually saw another star wide receiver when he first started his Steelers career be very humble as well, before shit got totally sideways for Antonio Brown. He was like one of the most humblest dudes when he came into the league. That kind of went by the wayside as he put up WR1 seasons, but it's been really interesting. I mean, we're all on board with this Deontay Johnson hype. I think the kid's super talented. He hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Absolutely.
Also, I think that it's really interesting for the Steelers is that, for me, Deontay Johnson kind of slides into that Antonio Brown role, versatile all over the field. Juju has got that slot locked down. The Steelers have never really had that outside wide, deep threat kind of possession receiver that can go up and get the ball and be an absolute force. And we're seeing that. Chase Claypool. Hey, dude, the Eagles did not have an answer for him. They literally did not have an answer for him. They didn't know what to do. My thinking going into that game was it was either going to be Claypool or Ebron. Now I understand why Lions fans absolutely hated him so much and still hate him. He nearly cost them the game. Chase Claypool, however, he was undefendable in that game and absolutely tore it up. I'm so excited about what this kid could do and what this entire receiving core, when fully healthy. You got Deontay Johnson all over the field. You got Juju in the slot, and then you've got that, that mega bodied wide receiver in Chase Claypool in MAPLETRON to go up and get those jump balls. And he absolutely showed out. that he can do it all. So I'm super, super excited for him rest of the season. I mean, if he's available in season long, I mean, you got to go in, you got to grab it. And you also
spend it all.
Absolutely. You got to keep in context that the Steelers' strength of schedule is one of the best offensive strength of schedules. And they've probably played some of their tougher opponents on the front end. You got layups against the Bengals, and then you've got a Cleveland secondary that is very, very weak as well. So you got to, you'll probably have 2 tough matchups against the Ravens, of course, still to come. But overall, it's wheels up for MAPLETRON. Let's repping it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Love it.
And yeah, we've talked a lot about my Steelers so far. I got to turn it over to your team, the team out of Dallas, the Cowboys. What a tragic turn of events. And I'm not even talking about the first 4 games and how you guys managed to blow it. I'm talking about what happened this week, which is super, super tough. And Josh, if you need to excuse yourself and crawl into a dark hole of despair and cry uncontrollably, maybe breathe into a paper bag, completely get it. Dak Prescott, compound fracture. I haven't even taken. I can't even bring myself to watch it, man. I don't think I can. I've seen a lot of these playing rugby, and I just don't want to see somebody in pain, especially somebody that with Dak overcoming adversity with the death of his brother and the struggles that he faced. I mean, this is going to be a tough recovery for him. It's going to be a dark place that he needs to work through. How are you doing with it? And then where do we go from here from a fantasy perspective?
Honestly, watching that just made me sick to my stomach. I mean, as a football fan, it doesn't matter what team is out there. You don't want to see it. But as my fucking pride and joy Cowboys, it was a dagger to the stomach, man. I felt ill. You feel so bad for Dak, so bad. Like, he is so respected that like both sides of the teams were all over, the whole teams. Jason Garrett was right there. And like, you can tell how much love and respect this guy has garnered in his 4 years in the NFL. It's just to see him on the way out, just, raising the fist up, like, I'm gonna make it through this, all just while you see the pain on his face, man. The tears are just there. And he's a strong dude, like physically, mentally, but oh man, it hurts. But I mean, removing my heart from this, looking at it from a fantasy perspective, there's a lot of implications that come out of this for the top, pretty much one of the top offenses in the NFL to this point. But in comes in Andy Dalton, the Cowboys way, next man up, how it is. But yeah,
Red Rifle, baby.
Yeah, that's it. The Red Rifle. You've seen a lot of him in your division before. But you know what? It's not all doom and gloom. Dalton might be one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL. His career completion percentage is very comparable to Dak's. He's sitting at 62 to Dak's 66%. Their touchdown percentage is this is identical. It's 4.6% over their careers. Dalton has supported guys like AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu back in the day. He's kept multiple guys fantasy relevant. And this is going back ways, but he was the QB4 in 2013. Can he regain that magic with a much better surrounding cast than probably he's ever had? Remains to be seen. But what do you think about the implications of this Dak injury?
Yeah, I think that we want a recovery for a smooth recovery for Dak. I was having this conversation with our boy Brian Bailey today. FF Aviator, give him a follow. He just constantly lurks around the show, but we love him. He's a great guy. Looks great in a giant Komoda. Yeah, he's a giant man.
He's a cloud person.
And he's an amazing analyst as well. But we were talking today, just what's the value of Dak, and I'm like, you guys got to give this guy 2 years to recover. Like, this is a serious injury. There's ligaments. There's whenever that bone comes through the skin, man. I'm not a doctor, but that's a serious injury. It's not your run of the mill kind of fracture, right? So you got to be looking a couple years out to be fully healthy as well, right? Like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a big recovery. Fantasy wise, what I would look towards, I mean, I've seen a lot of Dalton. I've seen a lot of the Red Rifle being in the same division. He is a competent quarterback. He's sneaky mobile as well. Kind of like the other redhead in Ohio, actually, like Joe Burrow, right? That sneaky kind of rushing upside. Dalton was always getting it done there. I think that plays well there. Is he as good as a quarterback as Dak? No. But he has the weapons in Dallas.
Yes.
He has the weapons. He's got 3 WR1s to toss the ball to. Dalton Schultz is, he has been capable.
He's looked the part.
Coming in. Yeah, he's looked the park. He's a yak machine, which bodes well. And then you've got a back that you can toss the ball off to in Zeke and dump situations. And you got 2. You got Tony Pollard as well.
Pollard was getting some work in that game after Dalton went in, and he looked good.
Absolutely, and Tony Pollard might be the best backup in the NFL. Yeah, I know. But I'm, if you're in a super flex league and Dalton is somehow on waivers, I mean, that's got to be you got to be all in. Single QB, I still think that there's probably better streamer options, but if you're desperate and in a pinch, I mean, we have certainly done worse. I mean, people were starting Joe Flacco this week because they had to with the game. I know with the game can't talk about, like, this is like the AFC North has been quarterback hour or something. I don't know. It just kind of worked out like that. But hey, this is the kind of season where having Dalton on your bench, it's not a horrible idea. And super flex is going to be super relevant. And you got to go out and get him. And I mean, in super flex, I think that he has to be a priority ad this week.
Oh yeah, he's number one choice for me.
In single QB, probably not.
No.
Well, no, there's better streaming options. Mm-hmm. But Josh, who are you looking ahead? Who are you going to be adding in on waivers this week?
Honestly, I'm sticking with Dalton for, all the reasons we just listed above. I mean, he's a decent enough fill-in. If you need a bye week fill-in for some of your guys coming up, bye weeks are starting now. So you got to make sure you're looking ahead on that. And with these COVID games and postponements and stuff, there's going to be hidden bye weeks coming for some people. I mean, there's talk of 18 week season, 2 buys for every team. There's been a lot of that talk going around right now. So I mean, having backup and having depth on your rosters, that means a lot. And one other point about Dalton, what division in the NFL is the absolute fucking dumpster fire right now? The NFC
Yours.
East. Yes, that's right. Mine, baby. But you know what? He has the most games against those guys with, again, the best cast he's ever had. I think he's a solid waiver wire pickup.
It's gonna be tough to. Yeah, you have to go out and get him super flex. I think he could be a potential league winner, right? There's no doubt about it. If you're sitting on him in Dynasty, it's an absolute gold mine right now.
Trade him, put him up on the block.
Put him up on the block. His best game is the one that he hasn't played, right? It's going to be right now. So go out there if you're in Dynasty and get it out there. I really beat up on the Eagles, and I always do. It's just so easy to be able to do it. They kind of just bring it on themselves with I don't even know. I don't even know why or how, but
I don't think they do either.
They don't really know. They're good people. They're good people, though. They are very good people. But I'm going to have to go to an Eagle this week.
Oh,
it's got to be Fulgham, right?
Yes.
You've got to love this kid that for whatever reason was cut by Detroit. Again, another amazing move by that organization. We've seen them just between usage and player personnel just make some head scratching decisions, and this seems to be another one. He was an absolute beast against the Steelers, and I have to also say that the Eagles made that defense look like they were lost, which is really interesting. Like, for such a depleted O-line, that I expected TJ Watt to actually absolutely dominate Carson Wentz, but they actually did a pretty good job. So kudos to the Eagles. You guys did an amazing job this week to keep it in it. And Fulgham was a big portion of that. Like, what was reception total? Like, wasn't it like 13,
He had
14?
No, he had 10 receptions, but he had 152 yards and a touchdown.
100 and a tutter. Like, this guy looked like a weapon out there. And he's it's so funny. Philly finds these heroes that they need, right? Like, we've seen Boston Scott kind of fill in this role, and Fulgham is doing it. And you know what? I think that if it's non-superflex, I think that Fulgham's probably the guy that you're adding outside of MAPLETRON, outside of Chase Claypool, if he's still available. I mean,
but man, he shouldn't be. Your league suspect.
Yeah. But Fulgham, he looked the part. He's getting the targets too. Like, I literally said at one point, I said, is there anybody else that Carson Wentz is even looking at right now?
Right? What happened to Ertz?
Yeah, Ertz looked.
Where'd you go?
I don't.
Fuck, man.
Ertz looks. And then Bailey's saying J-Jaw, who that last play that Arcega Whiteside did. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, it's, you know what? Good for Peterson. Good for this organization spotting the target, the talent in Fulgham. Go out, get this kid. If Claypool's not available, Fulgham's the next one up. Yes. You got to check out our weekly waiver wire piece. It's called Goodwill Hunting, Weekly Insights to Lead Your League. That drops every Tuesday morning on True North FFB. That's written by myself, edited by OG Joe, who just does an amazing job. I put him
Joe! Fucking love him, baby.
I put him through the shit every single week, and he just keeps coming back and doing an amazing job, so that we get those pieces out on a weekly basis. And Bailey's also talking about Madison, but we'll save that for the article. We got to get the people coming back, man. But Fulgham, Claypool, Dalton, and then Madison. But we'll talk a little bit more about that on Tuesday morning. Check it out. I guess that's tomorrow. So I should probably stop the Jet Sweep show and probably get that shit writing right now. We might this COVID thing has just set everything for a loop, though. I mean, everything is like pushed. It's just push, right? So we've got a game tonight.
Yes, we do.
Excited to look ahead into the next week, which we're already in, but we've got a game tonight. We here at True North, we absolutely love Monkey Knife Fight. They are a sponsor of the brand. We've been just smoking it. Our boy Gymnastic is going bananas. He's been giving you some awesome picks. And then our fearless lever Trav making bank is winning. He, on the Thursday night show, they brought home some loot. And hey, man, touchdown dance. We have been absolutely kicking some ass. And I know as soon as I say that, it's going to go down, but we've been kicking some ass. So let's talk about who are the picks for tonight. Do we have time to? You can probably still get them in. So let's look at Smokey, man. Who you got tonight? I got two guys last time, so you got two for this game. Who you got? Who's the first one? Who's coming out of the blocks hard tonight?
Okay, let's roll through these. These people have time to, open up another window to monkeyknifefight.com and go make your touchdown dance selections. But, okay, let's go right in here. My boy, Keenan Allen. He is going in, and, man, Herbert has been lighting it up. Keenan, he's getting in that end zone today. He is. Book it. How about you, man?
Absolutely. Keenan Allen, he's a target machine. New Orleans has been pretty good in coverage, but has been susceptible to the pass game. This is too easy. It's just Alvin Kamara. Hey, Smokey, what do you want? You want a receiving touchdown? You want a rushing touchdown? I mean, I can probably pick and choose what it is. So I'm loving AK. I don't have to say too much about it. And if I do, we need a whole other kind of like life podcast, life video thing for me to break that down for you. But Smokey, who's the final pick? For those two that are just tuning in, don't know what Monkey Knife It is, really easy. You pick players, you pick 3 players to score touchdowns. You pick the lines in terms of how many touchdowns you think that they're going to score, and then the multipliers that are that equate to that. So let's say that you pick, for example, tonight's lines are 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. I play it safe, 2.5. I think that each one of these guys, or the collective group, is going to score 3 touchdowns. You get paid out at 1.5 rate. Beautiful. So what happens here is each one of them could score, or AK could score 3, Keenan Allen could score 3. It doesn't matter as long as you hit that 3 line. Easy peasy. They pay you as soon as the game is over. It's a lot of fun. And then
it's the best.
You just keep it. Yeah, just keep the good times rolling. So who do you like, Smokey? Who's your last guy for touchdown dance to win some loot, do some sweet dancing?
Getting that dance going, get my heart pumping because it's Joshua Kelly who is getting that opportunity tonight, baby. The real JK. No disrespect to Dobbins, but Joshua Kelly through the first 4 weeks is getting 8.2 fantasy points per game, while Dobbins is only getting 8.1. I know 0.1 difference, but who saw that coming before this season started? Come on. Now he's getting the opportunity. I did. That's right. I called that shit. But honestly, last week, the Saints let the Lions get a rushing and a receiving touchdown from running backs, both of which Kelly can do. And you know what? No Eckler, no problem. They're going to handle this. And Kelly's getting in that end zone.
Absolutely. There we go. Yeah, my boy Dave here. I got to touch on this. Hunter Henry, I hate this word, but positive touchdown regression has got to come. This kid, Hunter Henry, has been absolutely tearing it up on tight end. Honestly, he would be in T1 conversation if he was scoring some tutters. It's gonna happen. Tonight's the night. Nola has been absolutely destroyed by tight ends. Second most fantasy points allowed. Book it. 2 tutters for Henry. Don't book it. Actually, I'm not guaranteeing that. Hunter Henry is gonna get a touchdown. Non-guaranteed money. But what I can guarantee you right now is that we're actually gonna do one more last dance, which is
get my cruise
super
on.
Awesome. Here we go. Whoa, jumping. So many questions right now. But since you got to end it off with JK Smooth Playa, which I absolutely love tonight, I'm going to caveat this that we cannot pick Josh Allen. Who is, and anybody wants to debate me on this can at me at any time. My DMs are always open. Josh Allen is the RB1 for the Buffalo Bills. Almost a sure thing to score a rushing touchdown every game. You cannot pick a QB in the touchdown dance. So, with that, with saying that, I'm going to go with the king himself, Derrick Henry. This guy is going to be, if this game goes, he's going to be so pent up. He is a football player through and through. You know, he loves the game. This is what he lives for, and that he hasn't been able to properly practice and play since that Steelers game, which I'm sure that he was super pumped up to do with against a good Steelers team. It's going to be Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry is going to take it to the house. I think this is going to be a really interesting game. They are short-staffed. They are very short-staffed in Tennessee. So we've also seen a Bills team that has been susceptible to the run, and Derrick Henry is he is arguably one of the best downhill runners in the NFL. So I'm loving King Henry to get to the end zone. How about you, Josh? What do you think if this game goes? Who you like?
If this game goes, I'm calling for his first touchdown of the year, Mr. AJ Brown. Knee injury, shmee injury. This guy's been going through practice this week, and this guy is Superman. Have you seen AJ Brown before? Superman.
I haven't seen him this season, Smokey.
That is very true. But you know what? Tre'Davious White is good, but he's not kryptonite.
And he ain't
stopping Superman this night.
Is he confirmed? He's
questionable right now.
He was out before the delay.
But I believe that he's been practicing this week. So I think he's playing. Okay. He's getting in there. He's getting his first tutty of the year.
I love it. I love AJB, and if he's gonna get one tutter, you might as well get 2, right? I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Even more reason. I'm gonna put down Henry for even more touchdowns so that Bailey gets it. Henry over 2 touchdowns. I absolutely love that. Travis Good, what's good, brother? He's tuning in. What's up, dudes? Thanks for joining. We are just doing our second last dance for hopefully this Tuesday game. What's better than one last dance? That's 2 with Monkey Knife Fight. And then that brings it back to me. Who am I going to pick?
Last pick of the night, baby.
This is tough. This is a lot of pressure. We've got a game to get to. We got some Monkey Knife Fight games to play before this game kicks off. I think it's going to be a guy that we actually have in our listener league.
Oh.
I think we do. And we're going to get our first win. So Smokey and
yes, we are.
True North Fantasy Football listener league that we're in, and we have what looks on paper to be an awesome team, but we haven't really came together. We haven't really hitting the glue wouldn't be a good saying. We haven't really gelled. Maybe we need to hit
Maybe we should hit the glue.
Maybe we need to hit the glue to kind of change things up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go, and Dave's with me here. I'm gonna go Stephon Diggs. I don't think we have him in the list.
Oh yeah.
Do we?
I don't think we do.
We don't have him in the list.
No.
I'm going Stephon Diggs. You know what? He's on an absolute mission this year to show the world that he is a WR1. He is making Josh Allen a QB1. I'm going with Diggs. He has absorbed this. This sounds really funny to say this, but he has taken over the red zone, the receiving red zone role of Cole Beasley.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
I know.
He's good and deep.
Who was their red zone weapon last year?
Yeah.
I mean, 30%. I think it was 30%.
He's had a great season.
He was 30% of his targets were in the red zone for the Beezer, and now we see Diggs go in that role, and he's having a hell of a season. So, our picks for this week, we're going with King Henry himself. We're going with AJ Brown. We hope he's healthy. We hope he's back. We hope he's rocking and rolling. And then we're going WR1 Stephon Diggs for your TD touchdown picks for Tuesday night. We hope that there's a game. We always love more football. More football is a good thing for all of us in fantasy sports. So fingers crossed. I think that's absolutely crazy that this game is being played whatsoever, that the Pats were able to cancel their game with their QB1 out, yet the Tennessee Titans, whose facility was infected,
rampant,
8 or 9 players tested positive. We're going. I mean, I love football. I love that there's more football this week, but that's absolutely crazy. For fantasy purposes, I know that a lot of people. I'm relying on this Hail Mary in a lot of leagues, but it is absolutely insane that they're playing it. Mm-hmm. I already I dropped one bomb, and we're going to drop some more bombs later. But before we do that, because we're running out of time, really quick, we started a new segment last week. Lifting off and crash landing goes with jet sweep. Lifting off are players that are ascending. Crash landing are players that are just doing absolutely horrible and should just be avoided. Who we got this week, Smokey?
Okay, we're just going to hit him quickly. We've already touched on this one guy before. This is Will's waiver wire out of the week. We synced up on this one. It's Travis Fulgham, man. As we said, he went 10 receptions for 152 and a tutty this week, in addition to going 2 for 57 and a tutty last week as well. I mean, this guy's on a roll, and Wentz is funneling the targets to him. And if there's going to be hope for this passing game, it might be Travis Fulgham. How crazy is that to say? But that's where we are in this 2020. For my crash landing this week, it's going to be AJ Green. I don't know if you also saw the video of this, but you can read lips pretty clearly on this one. He could be seen on the sidelines saying, "Just trade me." He's clearly not a part of this offense. Yeah, he's not a part of this offense. The effort level is not there. And the question is, who's going to want an injury-prone 32-year-old receiver who hasn't put up full seasons in he's only put up full seasons in only 2 of the past 7 years? I mean, what's the market for it? It might be, man. I mean, that was kind of
the Patriots COVID cough there. Yeah, I love those.
We're gonna get canceled.
Lifting off, crash landing. Yeah, Bill's probably listening right now. My stop is going to be in the state of Chev Nooney. If you're listening, Arizona, this can be really quick for both a lifting off and crash landing. Lifting off is Chase Edmonds. Crash landing is Drake. Kenyon Drake. It is done. The time to trade Kenyon Drake was 3 weeks ago. You get a little bit of reprise here with him scoring a tutter this week. Get rid of him. Anybody that'll take him, get it done. You know, there.
I just got rid of him.
What'd you get?
Check this. I get packaged Kenyon Drake and a second for. Just take a guess. Just take a guess. So what kind of value should you think that get?
Okay, so sorry.
I'm giving up Kenyon Drake and a second.
Could you give me a position, man? Can you give
Wide
me
receiver.
a position? Oh, it's got to be CeeDee Lamb.
Is it CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys? Yes, it is. Oh, I got myself another Lamb.
That's amazing. I mean, Gallup is, Travis Seal, our fearless leader of True North Fantasy Football, says Gallup. But Gallup would have been a great get there too. That is CeeDee Lamb. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. Fire trade, says Daver there too. Yeah, that's yeah. I can't compete with those moves. Get rid of Drake. Though, I will caution this, that as soon as you get rid of him, or if you drop him on waivers, it is the game that he's going to go off. He does have the skill set. I think he's banged up. It's not going well for him. Chase Edmonds has the skill. He's a versatile back, and he's good. He's just good. He's better really good. At this juncture. He is better than Kenyon Drake. So that's our look at who's taken off and who's crash landing. Puff puff pass. I'm going to hand it over to my man, Smokey, Josh Nelson. This drops every Thursday on True North FFB. And I gotta say that Josh has been absolutely hitting it out of the park. Go.
All right. This was not the greatest week for Puff Puff Pass. I think hubris got the best of me because of those good weeks I've been having. I made a couple out there calls, some guys that, looking back, that was... the process was not good, as they would say. But my quarterbacks, I didn't do too bad this week. Deshaun Watson was one of my puffs. For those who don't know, the two puffs are 2 starts and the pass is, a sit. So Deshaun Watson, I called 4 touchdowns. He still put up 359 yards for 3 touchdowns and 25 yards rushing. So I'm going to call that a hit. Teddy B was my other puff. He went 313 for 2 and 3 yards rushing. I'm going to call that a hit. And Mr. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I guess I was just so blinded by those QB puffs that maybe I didn't hit on some of your other ones. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, that's to be decided. Hopefully tomorrow night, we'll see about that. But I called him as a very reluctant and a very controversial pass this week. So we'll see whether that comes to fruition or not. For the running backs, it's 3 whiffs for me this week. I recommended starting Lev Bell. Oh my God, he went one reception for 7 yards and 60 yards rushing. So it's going to be a slow hill to climb. I'm hoping LaMichael Pirine gets some play there. Go Gators. He's a Gators alumni there. My second puff this week was our boy Jerick McKinnon. What happened to the 49ers this week, man? Miami just ran the fucking ball all over them. And as far as the running game went, it was a Mostert week. He was back and he came back strong. But Jet only had 2 passes for 5 yards.
Romo, baby.
Terrible. And
they look discombobulated.
Oh, big time. It was crazy. And maybe it's just having all those guys back. They don't know what to do. But give them another week.
They're a good football team. They're a good football
absolutely. Team. One of the best coach teams as well. I've got no doubts about them. JT was my pass this week, but he went 2 receptions for 17 yards and 57 yards rushing with a touchdown. So yeah, I whiffed on that one. I'll admit that. And you know what? I love to see it. I love to see JT succeed. So I'll take it on the chin for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that his time will come too, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. This kid is just a star on the rise. Wide receivers, my first puff was Robbie Anderson, who went 8 receptions for 112 yards. We're going to call that a hit, baby. Justin Jefferson, we are not going to call a hit. 3 receptions for 23 yards. Seattle shut him the F down. And
that was a weird game, man.
Game. Unexpected. The Vikings aren't for real. They just aren't right now. My pass this week was the Pats receiving core as a whole.
Hey, you hit that one.
Yeah, I guess. Game is postponed, so that's a wash. For the tight ends, Cameron Brate was my first puff. 5 for 44. We're going to call that a whiff. But Darren Fells, a guy who I know you liked a little bit preseason there, went 2 for 57 and a tutty. We're going to call that a hit.
That's a good Houston Texans tight end line, buddy.
Oh, yeah. And then my fade this week for tight ends was Tyler Higbee, who went 2 receptions for 12 yards. Oh, we're going to call that one a hit.
Yeah. You know what? There's two guys that I never believe in that I actually put into DFS lineups this weekend. One being David Montgomery, still going back to never play David Montgomery or have him on any team. Second, Tyler Higbee. So stick to your guns, folks. It pays. It pays. Those guys completely bombed for me this week. Got to check out Josh's segment every Thursday on True North FFB. You know, he's been on a heater. You saw it with his QBs. He's been really good. He's the guy that I go to for my start sit questions. And we talked about Higbee bombing. We talked about David Montgomery bombing, which should be no surprise to any of us. But that brings us to one of my favorite parts of our Jet Sweep show, because there's a lot of favorites, but the bomb drop. And I'm gonna drop a bomb for Monday Night Football for the rest of the season. I'm saying it right now. I'm not going to be one of these guys that says, well, he's going to be a top 15 quarterback or he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. No, I'm going to say it right now that for the rest of the season, we're going to have one of the quarterbacks that are playing tonight are going to be a top 5 quarterback for the rest of the season.
Ooh, between Herbert and Breeze?
And his name isn't Drew Brees.
Oh!
It's Justin Herbert. You got to look at the schedule that's upcoming, and you've got to love the upside. You got to love his poise. You got to love how he's using the weapons that they have there in the team that was formerly in San Diego that's now in Los Angeles, which I still think is super weird. My bomb drop this week, top 5 quarterback, Justin Herbert, rest of the season. Book it, and I know that Bailey's going to be saying something if he's there. Brian Bailey had FF Aviator had an awesome thread on Herbert, how it's time to go out and buy him, and I think that he is absolutely correct. After tonight, New Orleans, this could be, it's indoor in the dome. We could really see him air out some beauty balls. I think that this is going to be a coming out party, and it's not even a coming out party. He's already thrown for how many games over 300 yards? Like, he's doing it.
Yes,
he's doing it. They made the doctors puncture Ty God's lung. Like,
it had to be done, man. You had to get him in the game.
That's right. This kid is for real. Top 5 QB, rest of the season. Book it. Smokey, what kind of bomb you dropping this week, man?
Honestly, the bomb I'm about to drop is going to make yours seem like you dropped a piece of Lego from like 2 feet above your head and it just bounced off your hair. This bomb drop is so sizzling that I can already feel my skin bubbling from the heat.
Wow, you should get that checked out, though, man.
I know. I heard there's a cream for that, but here it is. And just to tie into our overall theme of Thanksgiving and Canadianness in this episode on our podcast and our brand, Mr. Chase Claypool, pregnant, pause for effect, will be the first. Yes, there we go. Mr. Chase there. Mr. Chase Claypool, MAPLETRON, more affectionately known as, will be the first Canadian-born offensive player to don a yellow jacket and be enshrined in Canton. Yeah! Yeah! Suck on that! That is a bomb drop. You just wanted a bomb drop. MAPLETRON going to the hall. Woo!
You just put somebody in Canton after 5 games. That is a bomb. Could we also layer onto this bomb drop? Not as bold, because I'm not as bold as you, Mr. Nelson. But could we say Offensive Rookie Player of the Year?
Oh, I think that's within the realm of possibility. Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, if Big Ben starts getting better and better, and MAPLETRON's going to be his guy.
Yeah. Hey, we haven't heard that on the Twitter sphere. Maybe that's something, maybe we hold the
We're calling that shot.
Maybe we hold the Canton thing for the jet sweep loyalists here, and we drop the offensive rookie player of the year, though. That could be a good one. But hey, folks, that was. I mean, I'm still just having heart tremors from that bomb drop, Smokey. I'm gonna need some time to really process it, but wanted to thank everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got a football game tonight. We got Herbert and the Chargers playing Drew Brees, and more importantly, playing Alvin Kamara, which we absolutely love. Check out all of our stuff, truenorthffb.com. That's where all of our articles drop. You can see all this podcast. You can pick up this beautiful podcast, this video live stream as a podcast tomorrow, pretty much everywhere. I don't know how the interns have done it, but they have. And you can download this everywhere. My grandma is listening to this. She doesn't even know what I'm talking about, but she downloads it. So make sure that you're downloading, you're listening to this in your car, wherever it is. Subscribe to the True North FFB network. That's where you can catch our live streams. We're going to be coming back at you Sunday nights as always. And thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy this game. Smokey, anything to say before we tune out here?
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I absolutely love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending your time with us and just making us a part of your little fantasy football life. We really appreciate it, man. We've had such great responses to this so far, and we're just very appreciative. So thank you. We are very thankful for that.
Salute to you and a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy this football game, y'all.
Let's go! Thank you for tuning in to the Jet Sweep Show. Follow us on Twitter at Jet Sweep Show. And follow our co-host Will at It's Harris Time and Smokey at TNFF_Smokey. Don't forget, you can find the Jet Sweep Show on Apple Music, Spotify, and everywhere else you can find podcasts.